Bachelor's Way, making secondhand chic.
Update on the basement. Built-ins are finally done. I filled all the holes, I've sanded, I've caulked the corners. So it's just kind of a quick look at where we're at right now. And I'm getting ready. All right, I'm getting ready to paint. We move this down here. This is maybe kind of what it's gonna be like. Put the built-ins right there. Okay, as you can see, getting ready to prime.
To prep all the built-ins, I filled dents and holes with wood filler, and then I caulked the gaps in the corners. I then lightly sanded all of the surfaces and then wiped everything down to get rid of all the dust. I then primed everything with a good primer for glossy surfaces. I love how the white primer starts to unify all the pieces we have built together. So crisp. At this point, I was still up in the air about what color to paint these, white or gray. White was safe, but I didn't want it also to be too dark if I used gray in the basement. I used modern technology to help me visualize, and I decided to go with gray. I used a middle line paint from Home Depot, and I'm very happy with it. I used a satin finish. I painted any closed cabinet insides a glossy white, and then the outsides or any of the exposed cabinets I painted gray. I'm a pretty fast worker. Any long, tedious job can go much faster if you have someone to chit-chat with you. Thanks to my mom for hanging around. I know I make it look fast, but let's take a closer look. I use a brush for the corner and then a roller on the flat surfaces. My dog thinks it's so boring he won't even watch me anymore. I gave all the cabinets 2 coats of paint and then let them dry. The longer you can let them dry before you use them, the better. It can take 14 to 30 days for paint to cure and become really hard. Once the cabinets were all painted, I turned my attention to the doors and the drawer front. I prepped them by taking off all the hardware and giving them all a good wash and then a light sanding. Sand all surfaces, front and back. When you're done, make sure you wipe off the whole door with a damp rag or sponge to get all the dust off before you prime it. Once the primer has dried, give it another light sanding and then wipe off all the dust again. I forgot to mention the sanding step on the cabinets, but I did sand everything and wipe them down after priming and before painting. This is an important step. Okay, now for the fun part, painting. I used a brush on all the corners of the door panels and then a roller to fill in all the flat surfaces. It's really starting to come together now. If you have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them for you. If you like what you see, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.